and welcome to my January wrap-up. Hello, I'm back. Apologies, firstly, for not posting a December wrap-up video, but we got COVID for Christmas, the entire family. I was particularly ill with it, and so I couldn't film the video. I did actually have a really productive December up until that point, so it was a good month. If you would like to know more about what I did, how I ended my challenges, the books that I read and things in December, then I will include a link to the written December wrap-up that I did on my blog, so you can go and check that out. But I read a lot of books. I read some non-fiction and things as well there. But anyway, yeah, it all went a bit pear-shaped at the very end. Unfortunately, January as well, for the most part of January, still struggling with COVID. So I had long COVID and it gave me bronchitis and a throat infection and other things, which I'm still working on. I've done several rounds of antibiotics and various other meds and things to get rid of it. My lungs are now back pretty much what they were before. I'm still not 100%, but doing much better, and I still have a little bit of a problem with my throat, but other than that, I'm okay. I'm getting there slowly. Unfortunately, my youngest is still positive for COVID. Again, he's got long COVID, so hoping to get a negative result for him soon. My eldest went back to school, and on his second day back, there were various different cases of COVID in his class. So after having had almost a month off because he had COVID, he goes back, and then there was other cases of COVID in his class, and so he's back to online learning again as well for the next 10 days. So it's just like a never-ending nightmare basically, but we're trying to get back to normal and trying to do stuff, but obviously with 2 kids on online learning and still having health issues and things, it's kind of slowing me down. But anyway, I'm still quite pleased with my January progress. I'm doing 2 main reading challenges this year. One is the clock reading challenge, which I'm doing again. I will include a link for that for you for more information. I did that one last year, managed to complete it in December, absolutely loved it, discovered some amazingly good books, and a nice variety of genres as well by doing the challenge. So I'm doing that again this year, and I'm off to a really good start with that because I've already read 2 books for my clock challenge so far this year in January. The first one is The 2-Week Wait, which graphic here. This one I gave a 5-star to. I will point out it's probably not for everyone because it's about a group of women who join an online forum during their 2-week wait. Okay, for those not familiar, what the 2-week wait is when you're trying to get pregnant and it's that window, the 2 weeks before you get your period. So waiting to see if your test's going to be positive and everything. So like I said, it's not something which will appeal to everybody as a book, but I personally absolutely loved this book. I thought it was great. It had really good characters, and I will do a full review for this because it totally deserves it. But anyway, so there was that one. And the second one I read for the clock reading challenge was 7 Sisters, graphic here, this one, it wasn't quite what I was expecting going into it, but I did really enjoy it. I gave this one a 4-star. I wasn't aware of the fact that it was a serial read. I went into it thinking that it would be a kind of standalone finished book. It's not. You'd have to read the rest of it. That being said, I did really enjoy it, and will look forward to reading other books in the series as well. and discovering more about that. So yeah, that one I gave a 4-star to. Then we have other books which I did. Some of these also count for the Net Galley Reading Challenge that I'm doing again this year, because I'm determined to get my Net Galley TBR down to 0. I'm gonna get it under control, and I'm gonna do better at my percentage of feedback. I'm now back in a good ratio. I've got it over. I'm at 82%. I finished the year, and so with these, that's going to get even better. But again, I want to clear it completely before I take any new books on from there. So the first one I read was The Influencer, which is this one here. This one I gave a 4-star to. Someone beeping their horn. This one I gave a 4-star to. I really enjoyed this. Great book. If you like books that have that social media influence in there and everything. Oh, just drive your car. Sorry about that. So yeah, if you like that whole social media aspect and the mystery and thriller kind of aspect to it, then that was a really good read. Enjoyed that one. Probably my favourite read of the month though was The Library, which is this one here by Bella Osborne. This was amazing. Again, this is one for my Net Galley TBR. I absolutely loved this book. This book was everything. It had library, so book lovers. It had the book clubs. It had a different protagonist, because you've got the young teenager and then the old pensioner in it. So very different kind of thing to it. I loved the friendship. I loved all the backstories. I loved the family problems. It was just a really amazing read, and I can't recommend it enough. Then we have The Love Note, which is this one here. Again, this is another Net Galley one. And this one as well, I gave a 5-star to. Really loved this one as well. Again, great characters. Loved the story. Really pulled me in. So, as January goes, it was a really good month. Excellent start to the year. Not as productive reading as I did in December. Hello, Lilo. He's coming up bugs. So yeah, I read more books in December, but they were shorter books, and like I said, I read a lot of non-fiction, so I'm still happy with my 5 books that I finished in January, and also because they were 3 5-stars and 2 4-stars, so very much my kind of books. So really pleased with those, and also a lot of them were from my Net Galley TBR, so I ticked off for that, and also the 2 books for the Clock Reading Challenge, which means I'm a book ahead for the year on that challenge as well, which is a good way to start the year, especially as we never seem to know what's going to be thrown at us. There's like curveballs all over the place, people. So yeah, got to do with that. But as a start, very happy with the start to this year's challenges. And now, curiosity questions for you. What reading challenges are you taking part in this year? Are you taking part in the Clock Reading Challenge? If not, why not? Because it's a really good challenge to do. It's also very easy because it's just 1 book a month. And it's surprisingly easy to find books that do have numbers in the titles as well. So anyway, like I said, if you want to know more about the Clock Reading Challenge, then I will link up to the post all about it there. I've also done a video about it, which I will link up to that as well, so you can check all that out. But it's a nice, flexible and easy to do reading challenge. Then the Net Galley TBR Reading Challenge, again, it's just about clearing your Net Galley TBR. So all those books that are waiting on there that you need to get round to, it's just that extra added motivation to try and clear it and improve your ratio on Net Galley. So yeah, I have lots of books still that I want to get through for that. Some of them will double up for the clock reading challenge as well, like the 2 week wait. That was one which I read for the clock reading challenge, but it also counted for the Net Galley TBR one. So yeah, can double up like that. I will potentially add in some more reading challenges later on in the year once things settle down a little bit in personal life, which is a bit chaotic. But I'm hoping to take part in some more readathons this year as well. So just to diversify a little bit from the reading challenges that I do, and to try and, if I've got a weekend or a week where I think I'm going to be able to get some more reading done or whatever, I might try and do those. I might try and do like some 24-hour readathons and things as well, which might be easier to fit in. I don't know. But so if you know of any good and kind of easy, flexible readathons to do, then please let me know about those as well down in the comments below, because I'm very interested in joining in those. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm not doing my usual blogging related challenges this year, or at least not for now. The blog audit challenge, I've done that for several years now, and so the content, those you can pick up like last year's ones for those and go through the challenges and do that if you want to do that. I will be working on my own blog to continue to improve it. I went from last year's one, I like quadrupled the traffic to my site from last year, and so the end of last year and the end of the end of the previous year and the end of last year, there was a huge difference. Huge difference. Again, you can find out more about that in the December wrap up that I did, which again the link is down below, which will discuss that. But it was huge, the increase. So what I'm doing is definitely working, and I will continue to do it. I'm hoping to carry on improving the general SEO of my site and the various things that I've been doing using Pinterest and Twitter and everything to up the traffic. It's really making a huge difference. So I did set a new personal best for the site, which was last year, which was 47,138 page views in the 1 month. My goal for this year again is to get over 50k in 1 month. That's like the big goal for the year, is to have a month where I reach that goal. As a secondary one is to just increase on my personal best, so to get higher than the current personal best for it. Each month as well, I try to do so, because depending on the months of the year, traffic kind of goes up and down a little bit. It's mostly over 40k now a month, but it is very up and down. So I'm also comparing like this January to last January and stuff, and so it's got to be better than the previous year, regardless of what the statistic actually is. But yeah, my goal is to get over 50k views in the 1 month on the site. So if you would like to help me with that, hop on over to Linsdell.com and check out the posts. Have a hop around. There's lots of different posts over there. I've got posts with one of my most popular ones is the one I did about 101 blog post ideas for book bloggers. So if you're a book blogger and you're looking for some inspiration, then check that one out. I also have an ultimate guide to book blogging, which is very popular, which has a whole host of different posts and things, my own, but also by other book bloggers and things as well, on a huge variety of topics related to book blogging, including BookTube as well. So that's one as well. I have ones about review rating systems, a whole range of different posts like that. But I also have a lot of book reviews, and I do a monthly book bloggers roundup as well. If you're interested in that, you need to follow me over on Twitter. I do it every single month. So if you're a book blogger and you have actual book blog posts, then you can link up a URL for one of the posts that you've done during the month and be featured in the roundup post at the end of the month. I've had a lot of really good feedback from that, from book bloggers that have taken part, and it's really driving traffic to their book blogs. So if you want to join in that, you just have to follow me on Twitter. I'm Jo Linsdell over there as well, and then just link up when I put up the thread to take part. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, lots of other things going on over there. That's my main hub, so that's where you can find out pretty much everything that I'm up to, and I post much more frequently over there as well. So anyway, check that out. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've had a really successful January as well. Please click the subscribe button if you haven't already. I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers this year. That's the big goal. So if you can help me with that, then I hope that my content will be to your liking throughout the year as well. It's all books and blogging related, so if you like those kind of topics, then please, yes, click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on new uploads, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.